have found that a lot of immigrants, like you and I, are not very empathetic, especially when it comes to other minority groups in this country. I wonder if you also have made any observation as to how immigrants move into this space. And when we see these dynamics with the white dominant culture playing out against, for example, African Americans, how do we how do we or how can we fit into that with some empathy?
Think the reason why you probably and myself, I've also observed this as an immigrant. I think the reason why, particularly Black immigrants, because I'm going to speak to that because I am a Black immigrant, um, don't often come to this country with a level of empathy for other minorities, more specifically African Americans, is because a lot of us are coming from Black dominant countries, right? And so if we're coming from Black dominant countries, we're not it's not that we're not engaging with white supremacist systems within our countries. It's just not visible to us
Hmm.
in the way that it is very visible to African Americans within this country.
Yeah.
Because the white supremacy that we're engaging with is in blackface. It
Yes.
looks like us.
Yes.
It operates like us, right? And so we don't often really we don't realize that we are engaging in white
Hmm.
supremacy.
Hmm.
It just looks like us.
Yes.
And so, because we're coming from a lot of Black dominant countries, when we get to America, the only thing that we were raised with is hard work,
Hmm.
right? Because who again, white supremacy looks like us.
Yeah.
So when we come to this country with this attitude of hard work, and we have white people telling us we have more because we're working hard, unlike those African Americans, we don't often extend that level of empathy because we've been fed that we are somehow more hardworking, more respectful, more inclined, and we're looking at the system that is set up in America, that is set up to disenfranchise African Americans, right? The same propaganda that white Americans get about Black Americans in America, Caribbean people get in the Caribbean.
Yes.
And then we come to America, and it's almost like we're witnessing it up close and personal. So all the bad things that the white people said about the Black Americans, that's true. They all do live in projects. They all do live in the ghetto. They
Mm.
all do. So it's reinforced for us, and I think that diminishes our empathy for people who look like us, and it causes us to side with the people who don't look like us because whether we know it or not, white supremacy is very familiar to us. It's just that we have been seeing it all our lives in blackface.